We are kicking off today with some major news, as there's been a lot of speculation regarding the futures of Karrion, Kross, and Scarlett recently due to their WWE contracts coming to an end, and an update has finally been revealed about their status. Fortunately for WWE fans, it appears that Kross and Scarlett won't be going anywhere anytime soon. On the Fightful Select podcast, Sean Ross Sapp explained that Scarlett's deal is directly tied to her husband's. That means that her deal is up at the same time, and given their recent push on television, plus the fact that they've just had new merchandise released, all the signs are pointing towards them staying. Sapp pointed out that Kross typically keeps his contract details quiet, so there likely won't be a big announcement anytime soon. However, it appears that they will be staying with WWE moving forward. Kross has been featured heavily on Raw in recent weeks, and it appears that the power couple is part of WWE's creative plans for the future. What's your take? Do you want to see Karrion, Kross, and Scarlett stay in WWE, or should they explore other options? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below. Another popular member of the WWE roster has been in the headlines lately, as Jacob Fatu's new track Hello has sparked backlash online. That isn't down to it featuring his uncle Rikishi, but because of its language. Fans have called out Fatu for using the N-word repeatedly in the song, with one fan questioning why he's getting a pass for using it because he's Samoan. Some fans have claimed that Samoans are not black despite their influence from that culture, and therefore he shouldn't be using the word. Meanwhile, others simply stated he shouldn't be using the slur in such a casual manner. Another highlighted Fatu's connection to The Rock, and how just because his father was black doesn't mean every Samoan gets a free pass to use such racially charged words. The debate has been growing online in both the wrestling and hip-hop communities, although Fatu himself has yet to comment on the situation, and it remains to be seen if he ever will. Some wrestling journalists have also voiced their opinion, stating that Fatu should have avoided this completely given his current push on WWE television. The bloodline angle has just been given a significant focus, therefore this type of controversy is the last thing Fatu needs, as his career is going so well. However, as the online chat continues to grow, pressure is mounting on the Samoan werewolf. It's teaching him about timing, language, and the responsibility of being a WWE superstar. Whatever happens next is unclear, however, it's obvious that his next move will be crucial. Some major news ahead of Evolution, as the card has just gotten significantly bigger as a huge match has been added. The all-women's premium live event is expected to feature various stars and legends, including Nikki Bella, Michelle McCool, and Kelly Kelly, who are set to compete in a battle royal. However, the match of the night might end up being the newest addition, as WWE has confirmed that Becky Lynch will defend her women's Intercontinental title against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria in a massive triple threat match. While the addition of the triple threat match certainly raises the stakes for Evolution, the buzz around the card hasn't quite translated into ticket sales just yet. WrestleTix posted a detailed update on July 4th that sheds light on WWE's upcoming weekend in Atlanta, and the numbers are telling a very different story for two major events. Saturday night's main event, scheduled for July 12th at the State Farm Arena and headlined by Bill Goldberg's long-awaited retirement match against Gunther, is already nearing a sellout. Over 10,700 tickets have been distributed, with just 1,784 remaining. Clearly, fans are showing up strong for Goldberg's final bow. But Evolution, which takes place the very next night on July 13th in the same venue, is not seeing the same momentum. So far, only 4,804 tickets have been distributed, with 1,578 still available. Even more concerning is the price gap. Tickets for Evolution are starting as low as $56.75, while Saturday night's main event's lowest price sits at $103.35. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Despite the excitement surrounding WWE's first all-women's premium live event in years, the numbers tell a different story. Let's break down 4 major problems facing Evolution 2025. Number 4. Overcrowded weekend schedule. WWE has packed several big events into a very short time frame in 2025. Within just a few weeks, fans got Money in the Bank, Backlash, and the final edition of Saturday night's main event. WWE is using the same approach for Evolution, which is set to cap off another stacked weekend only 2 weeks after Night of Champions. But there's stiff competition that night. A Beyoncé concert will take place in Atlanta, just minutes away from the Evolution venue. The Grammy-winning global star is expected to draw a massive crowd. On top of that, AEW's Allin pay-per-view is scheduled for the same Saturday, so fans may either feel overwhelmed by so many choices or pick other entertainment options entirely. WWE risks fan fatigue and a diluted audience. Number 3. Repeating Jade Cargill versus Naomi. WWE has booked Jade Cargill versus Naomi again, even though they already faced off at WrestleMania. Naomi has continued to provoke Cargill, especially on Smackdown, where she attacked her once more after Cargill won Queen of the Ring. If Jade wins, Naomi will lose credibility, and it hints at a cash-in happening the same night. If Cargill loses, Naomi will get some heat back. However, she'll only likely win if she cheats. Officials won't want the Queen of the Ring to lose in her first match after capturing the honor. Number 2. Poor communication on match announcements. With so many events happening close together, WWE hasn't been consistent in announcing matches for Evolution. For example, NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne was informed 2 weeks ago that she'll face Jordynne Grace, but other build-ups haven't been as clear. Io Sky, who holds a major spot on the roster, hasn't been on Raw regularly for weeks. Instead of setting up her Evolution storyline before Night of Champions, WWE waited until the Raw after that show to let her choose her opponent. Worse, the Women's Intercontinental title match, a triple threat, was announced casually on a Sunday, not even during a main show like Raw or SmackDown, but via a social media post. While mid-card matches can be announced that way, championship matches for a major event like Evolution should be presented with more importance on proper televised shows. Number 1. Key stars missing from the Evolution poster. The official poster for Evolution was only revealed 2 weeks before the event, which is unusually late by WWE standards. These posters typically feature both active and inactive stars. Bianca Belair, who is recovering from injury, is prominently featured, suggesting she'll be cleared in time for the final Smackdown before Evolution in Nashville. However, some active and high-profile stars were oddly left out. Asuka, who recently returned and reached the Queen of the Ring finals, isn't on the poster. Neither is Julia, the current Women's US Champion, or the crowd favorite Stephanie Vaquer. Meanwhile, lesser featured names like Alba Fire, Ivy Nile, and Jada Parker were included. This inconsistent promotional strategy has left fans puzzled, especially given the caliber of stars being ignored while others are featured more prominently. If WWE wants Evolution to truly feel like a milestone and not just a checkbox, they'll need to give the event the promotion and clarity it deserves before it gets lost in a chaotic calendar and missed opportunities. What do you think? Is WWE dropping the ball with Evolution 2025, or will it still deliver when the bell rings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. WWE fans have been patiently waiting to see some AAA talent on their television screens since WWE acquired the Mexican promotion, and the wait is almost over. WWE is believed to have signed Psycho Clown, and during the latest show at Neza Arena in Mexico, it was announced that it would be the last time that he competes in that arena, as his next destination is WWE. WWE is believed to be bringing the masked wrestler directly to the main roster in a big way, as the company sees high market potential in him. Now all that remains to be seen is how and when he will debut. WWE's partnership with AAA has already been providing positive results, which has left some fans wondering if the company will also consider CMLL talent in the future. At the moment, WWE isn't actively pursuing anyone from CMLL, particularly not to be part of their AAA roster, yet it's worth keeping an eye on. According to Corey Hayes of Body Slam, while WWE might not be pursuing any wrestlers, they are monitoring the scene closely, and Mascara Dorada has caught the eye due to his performances. AEW's Grand Slam Mexico proved to be a big hit for Tony Khan's company, which is why fans thought that WWE might try to sign some CMLL talent in response, yet Dorada's rising stock is the type of thing WWE typically pays attention to. WWE is expanding its international reach with its AAA partnership, and the door isn't closed on them working with CMLL talent forever, as it is another potential source of great wrestlers. Do you think it's time for WWE to start scouting CMLL talent more seriously? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. WWE will be attempting to spot the very best Mexican talent available for future use, and it appears that they might be using a legend of the business to help them with that. Chavo Guerrero has been telling people that he's returning to WWE, with Fightful Select revealing that the former WWE superstar has said he's back with the company in an official capacity. Guerrero was spotted at the WWE AAA Worlds Collide event, and it appears that it may have been more than just a casual appearance. Chavo has stayed active on the wrestling scene in the past year, appearing for AAA, TNA, and GCW, which means he would be able to step back into the ring if WWE wanted. However, he's also been very busy working on various television projects as he's started to expand his reach into the entertainment industry. Guerrero being back in WWE will prove popular with fans, and it marks an interesting period for the company, especially due to the AAA partnership as it opens new opportunities for veterans such as him. WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray didn't hold back when talking about Penta's big save at Night of Champions, and according to him, it completely missed the mark. The dramatic moment unfolded after CM Punk and John Cena were brutally attacked by Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Just when things looked bleak, Penta made his entrance to help Punk, but instead of praising the surprise, Bully Ray felt the execution fell flat and pointed out to one major issue: timing. Speaking on Busted Open Radio, Bully explained how the delay in Penta's response ruined what should have been a high-intensity moment. Here's CM Punk and he needs help, and Penta was standing in the back, and if you saw the screen and you were like, "My God, CM Punk, adios mijo, CM Punk needs help. Somebody hit my music so I could go help CM Punk. But I'm gonna high five, I'm gonna look at the people, and I'm gonna do all this other shit before I get there. You take me out of the moment. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. Penta, out of the moment." Bully clarified that his criticism wasn't about who made the save, it was about how it was done. He felt that stopping to high-five fans and pose for the crowd while a teammate is getting beaten in the ring completely kills the realism. It made the segment feel more like a performance than a rescue. While Penta has been gaining momentum within WWE, this critique adds fuel to the ongoing discussion about how the company choreographs its run-ins and emotional beats. What do you think? Was Penta's entrance still a cool moment, or did the theatrics ruin the intensity? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. In AEW news, the biggest event of the year for the company is right around the corner, and while everything appears to have gone smoothly with Allin, behind the scenes, there have been major changes from the card to the venue. Fightful Select reported that several major All-In matches have been planned for a while, with Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega being set as far back as last year, and Mercedes Moné vs. Toni Storm has also been planned since the start of this year. However, not every planned match has made the card, as AEW had discussed the idea of Cope and Christian vs. FTR, though that is no longer being pursued. There's also a major venue change this year, as AEW isn't running Wembley Stadium as it's previously done. That's down to the fact that Coldplay had locked in the stadium years in advance as part of a world tour. It's unknown why AEW didn't just shift the date of All In to have it at Wembley Stadium again, but the show will be back in England's iconic venue next year. Tony Khan has managed to put together a strong show on paper despite all of the major changes, meaning it isn't quite going to look like the original plans. Now, AEW might present itself as the more relaxed, modern alternative to WWE, but behind the scenes, there's still a clear pecking order. MVP recently peeled back the curtain on how things work backstage in Tony Khan's company during an appearance on the Marking Out podcast, and while AEW may not follow WWE's rigid locker room rules, status still plays a major role. According to MVP, several of AEW's top stars have private dressing rooms, a setup that quietly reinforces the hierarchy within the promotion. In AEW, you have certain talents that they have their own dressing room, like the Elite, they have their own dressing room. Mercedes Moné has her own room. Chris Jericho has his own room. Samoa Joe, Moxley, they have their own rooms. While that kind of treatment is reserved for big names, other talent, including MVP's own group, the Hurt Syndicate, still get designated spaces, though they aren't private. And then you have our male talent, and then the Hurt Syndicate. We have the Blue Room. We don't have our own room, but we have a room. It's kind of weird, but it's cool. Even in this laid-back environment, MVP admitted that a backstage hierarchy is still very much alive, and he respects it. For him, it's about earning your place. Personally, I've always thought that the concept of having an open locker room where everybody's kind of, melding together is all right, but I also respect the hierarchy. Hey man, if you've done enough to establish yourself as a star on another level, then yeah, you've earned, So while AEW keeps things more flexible compared to WWE, the traditional respect system still quietly exists. Top stars get their own space, while everyone else shares, but even then, there's structure to it. What do you think about AEW's locker room setup? Should everyone share the same space, or is it fair that the top names get their own rooms? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Speaking of major events, the future of Survivor Series is currently up in the air since WWE will be running 3 shows from Saudi Arabia next year. The Royal Rumble is already locked in for the Middle East, yet Fightful reported that tentative plans are in place for shows in May and November in Saudi Arabia next year. The November date is the one that has people talking, as fans have questioned whether Survivor Series will be moved, replaced, or take place in Saudi Arabia. If so, it would mark a second huge event in the country for 2026. Sean Ross Sapp spoke with someone in Saudi Arabia who confirmed that the event will not happen over Thanksgiving weekend, as has been tradition in WWE. Instead, WWE will likely move Survivor Series off that weekend to give talent more time with family. However, with a trip to Saudi Arabia planned for November, it appears that Survivor Series could be the event intended. While that will strengthen the partnership with Saudi Arabia, it might come at a cost of frustrating the wider WWE universe. The next of the big four events on the calendar for WWE is going to be SummerSlam, and it appears WWE is going to be pulling out all the stops to make it one to remember with some celebrity star power. Celebrity appearances in WWE are nothing new, and a new one is just on the horizon as Jelly Roll is being lined up to do something with the company. The popular musician is set to be part of the upcoming episode of Smackdown, and according to Dave Meltzer's Figure 4 Daily Update, he's also expected to do something at SummerSlam. This backs up what WrestleVotes had previously reported, which was that Jelly Roll's SmackDown appearance was going to be the start of something more, and it appears that will lead to SummerSlam as WWE looks to stack the two-night event. Jelly Roll previously appeared at SummerSlam last year, singing a couple of songs and getting physical by delivering chair shots to Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. WWE was very happy with his performance. Now that he's being brought back, it remains to be seen how he will top that and whether Jelly Roll will end up being the surprise package of SummerSlam. Romance between wrestlers has become commonplace over the years, and one of WWE's current couples has recently taken their relationship to the next level. Carmelo Hayes stepped up and proved he truly is him by proposing to his current partner and NXT star Kelani Jordan, who said yes. We're ending with AEW today as fans are patiently awaiting the return of Darby Allin, but that might not be happening in the immediate future as the former TNT champion has hurt himself in a major stunt. While he survived climbing Mount Everest, the adrenaline junkie has continued pushing things. The AEW star was seen driving a car in a stunt that involved using a dirt ramp to get airtime. Allin uploaded it to his Instagram story where he revealed that the seatbelt ripped off and the airbags deployed and smashed his face. Allin was visibly bloody and had some brutal welts on his chest, with the AEW star taking a significant gamble before his imminent return to in-ring action.